The warning signs were everywhere, and I still decided to ignore them. When BMW decided to stuff a 5-liter, 500 horsepower V10 in the M5 and pair it with a very complex automated manual transmission, it was a message to AMG. We're better than you. We don't need forced induction to make big power. The S85 powered M5 was an anomaly, touted proudly by their first owners. That was until the factory warranty expired. As these age, they make less and less sense to own. The M5's exotic drivetrain requires old BMW attention, and the V10's part prices rival those on a Ferrari, and the performance stats aren't even that impressive. A well-sorted one still costs about the same as the much better, much more reliable Mercedes-Benz E55 AMG, and since the parts prices are so high, wrecked M5s still sell for over $5,000. BMW really went with show over go on this one. In my opinion, it's a far cry from their best. Now, BMW's original sports car, the 2002 Turbo, was only $6,600 brand new off the showroom floor, but it clearly has stood the test of time. These incredible little machines were simple, stylish, and helped mold the BMW brand for what it's known best today, the ultimate driving machine. If you sought out a 2002 Turbo that looks as good as this one, today it would cost you over $150,000, but Omaze is giving you the opportunity to win one plus $20,000 cash when you visit omaze.com/SamBMW. With only around 1,600 ever produced, this 1974 2002 Turbo is completely restored with its factory 2-liter turbocharged engine and a top speed of 131 miles an hour. Simply incredible figures for its time. Now, out of all the Omaze car giveaways I've shared with you, this one is by far my favorite, the BMW 2002 Turbo plus $20,000 cash. All your taxes and transportation fees are included, and all you have to do to enter to win is visit omaze.com/SamBMW or just click my link in the description box. While you're there, you'll have the opportunity to donate to one of the coolest places in the world, the Peterson Automotive Museum. They're dedicated to preserving automotive history through their incredible showcase in Los Angeles, California. Again, that's omaze.com/SamBMW. I gotta give a huge thanks to Omaze for providing this opportunity to my viewers, for also sponsoring this video. Good luck! So when I had the opportunity to buy this clean title V10 M5 at auction for just $4,000 at an as-is bank sale, I figured I didn't have anything to lose. Now, I've had some very good luck at the specific auction I was shopping. The listings have always been very transparent, and they'll always note if the car has a mechanical noise or issue. This was a fairly high mileage car at 160,000 miles, but it supposedly ran and drove with no mechanical issues noted, and it even said it had good tires and no odors. I bought the car out of state, totally sight unseen, and when it arrived, it had the typical auction dead battery issues and was acting really finicky, so I had it towed to my place. Upon the first time I got into the M5, I had to wonder if the auction inspector lost their sense of smell. This thing reeked of smoke and artificial cherries. We found the source of our fake cherry odor. They put these cans literally everywhere. Look, 2, there's another 2 right there. Oh, look, there's another one even under the seat. 5, and then look, a little trees. Then upon my first startup, I thought maybe the inspector was hard of hearing. On a positive note, the tires were actually very good, but even with the horrendous noise coming from the engine bay and the dash lit up like a Christmas tree, this car is still worth the money I paid for it, but is it worth the time to actually fix? It all depends on how broken it really is. So let's start with a simple diagnosis and move our way on up. I have a bunch of different diagnostic scanners, but for the M5, we're going to use Carly, and that's because I found it to be the most effective, most efficient, and very inexpensive way to diagnose these cars. This little scanner is well under $100, and for BMWs in particular, it is extremely powerful. So go ahead and just start the accessory power. That is, the car will let us. Oh, this is I forget, an 06, so it doesn't have that comfort convenience package. You have to put the key somewhere on the side here, and then it should let us start the accessory power. There it is. Now we're gonna use our cell phone to see what in the heck is going on. Right now, Carly is connecting and scanning every single module in the BMW. There are dozens of modules in these German cars and why they can be complicated sometimes, but this will take a lot of the guesswork out of it. What we're mainly concerned with is what's going on with the engine control module, because that's where our faults will lie for our engine issues. And right here it tells us there's a high probability that our engine has faults. So here we go. It's going to do its quick scan and come back with what's going on. It's already found, look how many issues it's already found, 34 issues found. Go figure, the health status on the M5 is very bad. 66 issues found, specifically 32 in the engine computer. But before we do anything, remember this car came with a dead battery. We tried jumping it once we put this fresh one in. Now it does run, it just runs really poorly. So what I like to do, best practice always, especially with cars with a ton of electrical systems, we're not even gonna look at those codes. We're just gonna start by clearing them, and we'll start the car up, we'll run it for a few minutes. That's gonna generate all the existing codes that are causing our problems right now, and then we'll be able to pinpoint exactly what our issue is. All right, with a clean slate, we can go ahead, foot on the brake, and we're just gonna start and run the car. Now, one thing I don't like off the bat is this car has very low fuel, and it's telling us we got a battery issue. Great, that's no fun. All right, it's been a few minutes. Shut the car off. We gotta check that battery voltage while the car is running. I hope we do not have a charging system issue, because that'll add another element to this car. We'll turn our accessory power back on. Let's see, there it is. And then we'll do another quick code scan. All right, so we've gone from 60 something issues to 15, 14 in the engine, 1 in the transmission. Let's click the transmission first and just see what it says. Evaluation steering angle, that is not a big deal. That might be something that will reset after we drive it a little bit, or maybe needs an alignment or something. I'm not too worried about that just yet. What I'm really worried about is what this is going to tell us. So we'll start with a cylinder 5 misfire. And so what's really cool about Carly, sees its potential consequences, and it will show you exactly what we're experiencing. Motor may show bucking or shaking behavior. That's exactly what's going on, reduced power, all that sort of stuff. But what's even cooler, let's check this out. We click search for more information. It will take the actual error code that BMW generates right there, and it will take you right to Google, and it will pull up forum posts, and it will pull up any sort of information that you can find out about that specific issue. It's like, look, this person is saying that they're having a stuck injector issue, but remember, that is just one of 14 engine codes. So we have a cylinder 7 misfire, cylinder 9 misfire, wow, and then here's a random misfire situation. So these can all be related, or they can be independent of one another. So if we keep going, we have emergency engine program activated. That basically means we're in a limp mode. And cylinder 5 misfire, Vanos control intake bank 2, that's not good. The Vanos problems on these cars are what can cost you an arm and a leg. So there it is again, Vanos control inlet bank 1. There's a lot of different things that can be repaired in the Vanos system here, and again, they're all very costly. So Vanos oil pressure is not right, geez. When you're dealing with something like an M5 that can get out of hand very quick on the money side of things, and we're really still in a decision phase here. Do we fix this car? Do we not? And that all comes down to how much is it gonna cost us to fix it. You start with the simplest and cheapest fixes first. I ran out and got a couple gallons of fresh premium gas right here. Now, is this gonna fix anything? I am telling you right now, the answer is no. This is not gonna fix anything. But will it hurt? No, because to run it, we need gas anyway. So let's just put some fresh gas in here and see what happens. Okay, so got a little bit of gas, still idling fairly rough. It's making a really nasty, what sounds like ticking noise out of the front there. Doesn't sound very good. Oh, you just see that? See how that just jumped up? Basically, it put it in a limp mode. It's really cool. So these cars, when you warm them up, it'll actually raise the red line, but actually lowered our red line because we're in a limp mode now. So we're not going to move this out of the driveway. Let's just go ahead and put this back in drive and pull it back up here. That's foot to the floor, by the way. With the trouble codes and the support articles provided by Carly, we kind of have an idea of what might be going on in this car, but I think we have multiple failure points, which doesn't bode well for us actually repairing anything. These cars can get very expensive very quick, and coming off the Range Rover failure, well, I want to be very conservative in the approach to fixing this car. Remember, we're only in it a little bit over $4,000 right now with shipping, and we could easily get our money out of it for parts. But there is one code that stood out that I want to touch on briefly, and I want the V10 guys to chime in down below. The code that stands out to me is the Vanos oil pressure code. Think about it. There's a line that is internal in the engine, provides oil pressure to the Vanos system, which is also the variable valve timing system. If that line is leaking, well, appropriate oil pressure will not get to the Vanos system, resulting in poor power delivery, which this car definitely has. It will likely throw those solenoid codes, which we have, but will it throw the misfire codes? Are those related? That's the part I don't know. Either way, the noise is the damning part of this car, and I really think we need to get someone with experience in this platform to check it out. Luckily, we have just the right place with just the right guy, and we're going to load the M5 up on the trailer and take it there in a moment. But when it comes to the DIY side of these kind of finicky German cars, especially BMWs, people ask me all the time, what diagnostic code reader I use. I've shown you Carly a bunch of times, and when it comes to BMWs in particular, Carly was actually designed around a BMW, and then they expanded some of the same capabilities this has to Audis and Volkswagen, so it works very good on those as well. But this thing has dealer level coding and diagnostics that you won't find on code readers that cost like 10 times its price. And even when you buy this and the premium app, it costs less than taking your car into the BMW dealership one time for a diagnostic reader. So I can't recommend this enough to the DIY guys out there. If you want to check Carly out for yourself, figure out whether it will work on your car, I'm going to drop a link in the description box below. Now let's load up our M5 and see if it's salvageable. So rod bearings.
Rod bearings, yeah.
So we were going to go through everything. We were going to go through all the check engine codes, all this stuff, and it's like, I mean, no.
we can still check it out, you know, just to scan it and see what's going on with it. Okay. I mean, with the check engine light and all that, but yeah, that's a rod bearing.
Yeah. The only idea I had that would like really confirm, which that noise pretty much confirms, is we drop the oil, see any metal shavings in there, and if that's the case, we're done. This thing goes back to auction.
Yeah, that's accurate.
So that's not super fresh oil, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, if it was super fresh, it would tell me that they already kind of messed with it beforehand.
Yeah.
No, okay, so there is oil all under here. I was kidding everybody.
A little bit of oil, but it's normal for a BMW.
Yeah, of
to
course.
leak oil.
All sorts of oils usually. There's like a meme going on the internet. It's like how long we thought COVID was going to last, and it has a picture of one of these engines.
Oh, really?
And it's how long it's really lasting. It has an E55 engine.
That's so funny. That's low. That's 6 liter only.
6 liters, and what does it usually take?
Not like 9.5.
Oh,
yeah.
I can definitely. Oh yeah,
You
I
see
can
that?
definitely see. Yep.
There you go.
I don't know that the camera could see it, but there are
Yeah.
a lot of metal shavings in there.
Yeah.
So what do you say we just put some, what was it? You said Lucas is what you guys use, right?
I mean, you can try it. Try quiet down.
No, we're not going to try anything.
Very good.
We're going to try and get our money back is what we're going to try.
Exactly. They are known for consuming oil. I used to throw like, I would have said like every 1,500 miles or 2,000 miles, I would have thrown 1 car of oil because they would have asked for it. They would ask for it. They known for eating oil. This one, the V10, the S65, S85, they are known for that. Even the S63 and S63, they are known for that. They're just known for consuming.
So how many hours did it take you to take the engine out of this Bentley?
Well, this one, it was like, I think it was like a whole day.
A whole day.
Chris helped me out a little bit.
I think this one came out in like 19 or so, 19 hours.
Yeah.
Getting valve covers on the vacuum lines, getting converted over to metal.
Yeah, in order to change the vacuum lines and all that, you got to drop the engine.
Show me which vacuum lines were the problem ones. The ones behind?
Right, all these guys right here.
Yeah.
Attached to this.
And so where's the, you
This
said you're
one's-
converting all this stuff to metal so it never happens again?
Yeah. And then the reason you got to drop the motor is because it backs up.
Yeah.
The firewall's
You can't
right
get to
there.
Steven, you said you had an M5 with 160,000 miles on it.
Yes, I
Was this
have.
your car? This
No,
one? What
no.
color was yours?
Interlagos blue.
Okay, better color than this.
Yeah, it was 2008.
And what was the key to keeping your car to 160,000 miles?
Mostly maintenance. Maintenance, you know. I mean, I got the car, when I bought the car, I got it for like 130,000 miles. I think it is. I think it was. And then I drove it for 30,000 miles. I had the car for like a year and a half. And then all these things start happening. Rudder actuators, pure valve and all outer actuators, Vanos issues.
So show me what you got rid of your M5 for.
Let's go right here.
The old Mustang, right? That's about as simple as it gets to work. I mean, well, that's missing some parts though.
That's probably the cheapest. That's probably cheapest than the V10, for sure.
So this is yours, a 135.
So yeah, I got the 135 for the M5. I got it with 80,000 miles. Right now I have the car for like 2 years and it got like 99,000 miles. And I drove only 19 miles in 2 years. 19,000 miles in 2 years, sorry. And then yeah, pretty much this is my little project. I like the car, it's little, economic, and I can make power out of it easy.
Yeah, and you're saying all that, but you're hiding what's under the hood. So I'll let you pop it and show us really quick. And so you wouldn't know by just looking, but this is an automatic car.
Yep.
And then we'll go under the hood.
It looked like kind of stock. The only thing is a little bit low.
A little low, yeah.
Got BC coilovers.
There it is. Wow, that's a big turbo too.
Yeah. That's a single turbo stock race kit, 6266 precision turbo, Jorno bearing. I went with that kit because of my friend Matt told me to do Jorno bearing. But yeah, right now I'm doing 500 horsepower, 92 pump, and then once I go like 85 to 50 mix, I'm gonna jump it out to like 650.
So is anything built here? Transmission, engine, or anything?
No, not at all. Stock engine, stock trans.
And it can hold that, no problem.
It's holding that no problem.
Unbelievable. And
Yeah.
reliable as far as anything you've had any issues?
Everything is
Keep it at
perfect.
500, man. That's my
Yeah.
tip for you.
I mean, reality is this cars. Yeah, they have a little bit of issue, like high pressure pump injector. Actually, the injector just went out like.
But that's
2 weeks
normal.
ago.
That's on all these cars.
Exactly, it's M54
Yeah.
issues. But you know, change injectors and pretty much the normal stuff that any M54 can have. You see what I'm saying? That's all it is. But otherwise, like car is good, like the engine is healthy, you know, they haven't even given me like one issue at all, so it's kind of good. And yeah, man.
Well, I think I might be getting rid of my M5 and maybe searching for one of these 135s.
Hey,
all right?
you can get 135. We can build those single.
There we go. That's beautiful. That's the coolest thing ever. So, man, I want to thank you so much for your time and going through the M5 for me and making sure before we dumped a bunch of money into it. That's why I came to you.
Exactly.
So I appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
A V10 M5 with 160,000 miles from the beginning was bound to be either a gift or a curse. You would think at 160,000 miles, this car's already had its rod bearings replaced at least once. But luckily, we had really good insight from Steven over at Eurocharged. He pinpointed this rod bearing failure very quickly. He's an ex-BMW tech, and having owned the same car, he's extremely familiar with the platform. The good news is, it took him minutes to diagnose, tell us, hey, here's what you got, and here's what a replacement engine would cost you. And to be totally honest, it's not worth it at all. Not on that M5 that we had. If that car had, say, 100,000 less miles and was in super mint condition and smelled like a peach inside, it'll probably be worth going and buying a junkyard motor and throwing it in. But this specific car is a great parts car. So if you notice, I don't have the M5 on the trailer anymore. I dropped it off at the auction on the way home, picked up something different, and that will be coming in the near future. So if you look at things on a positive side, this car was a gift. First of all, at the $4,000 price point, I think we're bound to make a few hundred, if not $1,000 at the auction. Now, I'm not in the business to flip cars, but I enjoy learning quite a bit more about the V10 platform. I probably wouldn't be looking for another one anytime soon. I think that there are just so many other better BMWs to have, kind of like the M54 335, that are cheaper than a V10 M5 and faster. Now guys, if you enjoy seeing the real side of some of these auction gambles, whether they work out or not, be sure to hit that like button. Do you know that only 25% of you are actually subscribed to the channel? If you're not subscribed, well, there's a button right down below. It's really simple to do. And if you're not already following me on Instagram, where I'll post the closer up pictures of that car back there on the trailer, before anything goes live here on YouTube, well, just follow me right here. Click the link in the description box. I want to give a huge thanks to each and every one of you for watching today, and I'll catch you very soon.